Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the pleasure of being joined by a beautiful young lady that recently won a title here that she's going to tell us all about. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm being joined by Miss Georgia's teen, none other than Charlie Key. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, you know what? You just brought a ray of sunshine to our studio this morning, and I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Charlie, you know, this is the first time I had you here on my show. Can you tell us just a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind?
Yeah, so I'm Charlie Key. I am born and raised here in LaGrange, but I'm an upcoming senior at Springwood School, where I'm involved with the SGA, and I'm going to be the president there this year, the president of my state SGA, and I'm also involved in the LaGrange Youth Council here.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited. I just won Miss Georgia's teen, and I'll continue a year of service and compete at the national level.
Wow, a lot going on, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, you know, a rising senior at Springwood Academy, or at Springwood School.
Yes.
I just got to go ahead and ask this question. You're Miss Georgia's teen. When you were a little girl, did you ever think that you would win a title like this?
No, I was very much a tomboy growing up, so pageants were the last thing on my mind. But my sister, she was Miss LaGrange's teen when she was in high school. And Miss Georgia has a princess program, so basically it's a mentorship kind of thing. The princesses will go with the title holders throughout the year to events and go on the Miss Georgia stage with them during evening gown, things like that. So I did it for her. I did not want to do it, really, but I love my sister, so I did it. And then when I was 13, I was old enough to compete in the teen program. And so my mom said, "You're going to compete for Miss LaGrange." And I said, "No, I'm not." But I knew I loved to sing, and I've always been involved with the March of Dimes, which is my community service initiative. And so I knew it would give me more opportunities for those kinds of things. So I competed and fell in love with it, just fell in love with the opportunities to build relationships with people from all walks of life. And I think if we want to impact the world, we do that one person at a time. And so just getting to impact one life at a time really has kept me going in this, and here we are today.
Awesome. And we're going to come back to that in just a moment. But you're also a member of our youth council, and you know, that is a great way for our youth to get involved with city government and kind of understand how and what that's all about. Talk about your experience, if you don't mind, with the youth council.
Yeah, so I joined the youth council last year, which was my junior year in high school. The youth council is comprised of juniors and seniors in high school, and so I really just loved the opportunities to get to meet like-minded people my age who are wanting to be more involved in their community and in city government, and just wanting to really make an impact on the city that we live in. And so it's been awesome. I mean, we had two committees. I was on the social committee. No, I was not on the social committee. I was on the outreach committee. Where we got these gift baskets and went and visited nursing homes in our community, just to bring a light of sunshine and into their lives, you know, just because when you're in that kind of position, you don't get that many visitors that often. And so just to outreach to them was the whole goal of that, and just make their day a little bit better. And we did that. I was the historian this past year, so I did the social media work, and it was a lot of fun just getting to learn to network with people. I got to go to the GMA Cities United conference with the other officers, and we really got to just connect with other leadership youth throughout Georgia there, and so it was an awesome opportunity, and I can't wait for this year.
Absolutely. And you know, it's so important that we get our young people involved, and I'm just listening at your various platforms, community service, you know, March of Dimes, all those things impacting one life at a time. All of those things just kind of culminate together to make our community so much better, and to have our youth involved in doing that, because you have to understand we have leadership that's changing every day, moving, aging out. So we need those young leaders too. And let me ask, what's one of the, you know, a lot of times when people come into the government, they say, "Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that." What's one of the most important things you found out by being one of the youth councils? What's one of the important things that you've learned, I guess? Yeah,
I've definitely just learned the importance of professionalism, but also while being professional, being able to make a connection, because I think sometimes there's a stigma around being professional and you can't make a genuine connection with someone. But I've made a genuine connection with Mr. Adam, Mr. Jeremy, and all of the other people on the youth council. And that's something that's so important. And I've also learned the power of being young, because a lot of people will look down on you for being young, but the Bible says don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but it set an example for them. And so just getting able to do that on another level has been incredible, because the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. And so just getting to connect with other people that have that same belief has been impactful.
Absolutely. Well, very well said, because there's a song that Whitney Houston sang that I still love this song. One of our greatest artists. I believe the children are our future. The children are our now. I changed that up just a little bit, because like you're saying, you're making an impact right now in the world. I want to go back now, because you're here, Miss Georgia's team. I know that had to be awesome experience. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so this was actually my last year to compete in the teen division at Miss Georgia. So I was just super excited to kind of take things day by day, my word throughout that week, because it can get stressful at times. So I liked to have my focus on just kind of one thing, and my word was service, because service not just for myself, but service for God, by trusting in Him and trusting that He'll provide for me throughout the week. Service to the other girls by being encouraging to them, because it can be a tough week. Service to my platform, the March of Dimes, and my ministry, Be a Light, by promoting that on the state level. And service to everyone who's poured into me throughout this journey by doing the best that I can in every phase of competition. So that helped me keep my focus just the whole time on something that's bigger than myself, because it's not about me, really. It's never been about me. For me, it's always been about God and about serving other people. And so that really helped me stay grounded throughout the whole week. And then winning Miss Georgia's teen was just kind of like icing on the cake, because I feel like I've already gained so much from this organization. I know I have gained so much. And so now it's just seeing the fruits of that as Miss Georgia's teen.
Wow. Awesome. Service. I think a lot of times people are at their best when they're doing things for others, because it comes back to you, like you said. You definitely, you can't give enough sometimes, it seems like. Miss Georgia team, hundreds of girls there, no doubt. You were crowned in June of this year, so your reign will be for 1 year. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I think there's some funding that comes along with that, and you're not yet decided about where you're going to go off to college. But what are some of your goals, I think, after high school?
Yeah, so I do want to go to college and pursue a degree in broadcast journalism.
Okay.
So I'm super excited for that, and the Miss America organization is going to help me be able to do that, be able to afford for that, because it's a scholarship competition. Miss America is actually the #1 scholarship provider for young women in the U.S.
Okay.
So I've gained $12,350 in scholarship throughout my 5 years competing in this organization, and so I'm just super excited to be able to use that to help my family. I'm one of 6 kids, so college is expensive. So I'm just excited to be able to help provide for my own education.
Wow. And I'm sure Mom is excited and Dad is excited about that, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, and speaking of Mom is here in the audience today. and Mom also had to attend some classes for Miss Georgia teams too, correct?
Yes, I mean the moms do a lot more than we think that they do. They get coached too.
They get coached. Okay. Sit up straight, no doubt, right? Very
yes,
good.
Sir.
Now your platform is March of Dimes. And my fraternity, and we were talking before we came on, my fraternity every year, we are a big contributor to March of Dimes. Why is that near and dear to you?
Yeah, my mom, again, has been a women's healthcare nurse for over 20 years. So just something my family and I have always been supportive of. I mean, I've been in March for Babies Walk since I was in the strollers. So it's always been something I've supported, but things really changed for me when I met a baby named Walker. He was a grandson of a former teacher of mine, and he was born at 25 weeks, weighing 1 pound, 3 ounces. And so meeting him made the mission of the March of Dimes so real to me, and I realized the impact that it does have. Not a lot of people realize that we have the highest maternal mortality rate in the developed world. And 1 in 10 babies are born so small they fit in the palm of your hand. And so just really realizing the gravity of that and the magnitude of that has helped me, just pushed me more towards doing more for the March of Dimes on the ground level. I've created a tennis tournament fundraiser. I've been a March for Babies team captain for 5 years. Salsa sales. I have a social media campaign called March of Dimes Mondays, which was recognized on the national level. And so just really trying to get more involved with that. I recently visited the Georgia state headquarters for the March of Dimes, and so I'm just trying to get more involved on a hands-on level just because of Walker's story and because there are so many families like him.
Absolutely. And we were talking, we're definitely going to have you come and speak to our fraternity group too.
Yes, sir.
Because again, we have won the award from the Georgia level about 12 years in a row for our contributions to March of Dimes. And you talked about service a moment ago, Charlie. And your service continues because you also were telling me about a ministry that you have. You mentioned it a moment ago, Be a Light. Talk a little bit about that as we get ready to close up, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so Be a Light, I started this in 2021, and it started just with a podcast based off Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. Yeah. And for me, that means that God has made us all uniquely on purpose and with a purpose. So everybody has a reason that they're here, and we can shine a light in this dark world by simply being who God made us to be. Because I think a lot of times the media likes to show a lot of darkness in this world, but people really are good at heart. And if we can just highlight that and inspire other people to be the light that they're made to be, then we can make this world a lot better of a place. And so I started my podcast where I interview people who've been lights in their communities, inspiring others to do the same. And then I have a Bible study at my school now called Donuts and Devos. We meet on Wednesday mornings with donuts, and we do a Bible study together. I speak at churches and schools about Be a Light and just the importance of being exactly who you were made to be, because we're not all made the same, and that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Wow. I am just blown away, Charlie.
Thank you.
Awesome interview, and I can see your podcast are just taking off, I'm sure. And donuts, and what was that?
Donuts and Devos.
And Devos, okay.
Yes.
Donuts and Devos,
yes,
all right.
Sir.
Well, Charlie, I'm going to tell you once again, I know that your future is very, very bright, and I know that Mom and Dad are extremely proud of you. And I just want to say thank you for the service, as you stated, that you have contributed to our community already as such a young lady. And I know that, again, it is just going to continue to escalate. So I want to say much blessings to you and all the things that you do. And thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
It has been. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
We just want to say to Mom, Jennifer, thank you for being here in the audience today as well. And I know that Charlie did you proud today. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment. Welcome back, City Week, ladies and gentlemen. And as always, I always like to jump over to Visit LaGrange and see what lineup Lynne has in store for us. So I'm going to toss it over to you, Lynne.
Thank you, Alton. Good morning. I'm Lynne Holle from Visit LaGrange. Welcome to City Scenes. Today we're going to be talking about just a few of the events that are going to be happening in and around the LaGrange area during the week of July 10th through July 16th. So let's get started. Thursday, July 13th from 10 a.m. until 12 noon, Coffee with a Cop at local grounds. This free event will take place at local grounds, which is located at 407 North Greenwood Street in LaGrange. Coffee with a Cop brings LaGrange police and the community members they serve together over coffee to discuss issues and learn more about each other. Police Officer Bryant Mosley said, "The reason we wanted to host this initiative is to continue to break down barriers between police officers and the citizens we serve. We are excited to promote this opportunity where citizens can ask us questions and get to know the officers that are serving them. This is part of the foundation of community policing." The LaGrange Police Department plans to host this weekly Coffee with a Cop event on July 13th, July 20th, and July 27th at local grounds. All events will begin at 10 a.m. This is a free event and is open to the public. Friday, July 14th from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m., Founders Day celebration and storytelling at Hills and Dales Estate. We will be celebrating Fuller Calloway Sr.'s 153rd birthday a day early this year. On Friday, July 14th, during normal operating hours, help us wish Fuller a very happy birthday with complimentary tours of the first floor of the Calloway family home, walks through the historic gardens, and fresh squeezed lemonade at the pool terrace. That evening, the Donald Davis Storytelling Workshop participants will hold a public storytelling in the Pecan Grove at 7 p.m. This event is free to the public and guests are encouraged to bring chairs or blankets. For more information regarding these events, please email info@hillsanddales.org or call 706-882-3242. Saturday, July 15th from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m., West Point Lake Dragon Boat Race at Pine Road Park. Join us for our 7th annual West Point Lake Dragon Boat Race on Saturday, July 15th at Pine Road Park. Thank you, Mike Patton Auto Family, for being the presenting sponsor of our race, with all proceeds to benefit Harmony House Domestic Violence Shelter. For more information, team registration, and sponsorship opportunities, please see www.wpldragonboatrace.com. Saturday, July 15th, beginning at 7 p.m. and ending at 9:30 p.m., the Saturday Night Dance at the Active Life. Come dance the night away. Music from the Raising Sand Band. Admission is $10 per person. This is open to adults of all ages. The Active Life is located at 140 Ragland Street in LaGrange, Georgia. So Alton, these are just a few of the events that will be taking place in and around LaGrange during the week of July 10th through July 16th. We hope that everybody will get out and enjoy some fun, stay safe, and remember, most of these are free to the public. Back to you, Alton.
Thank you, Lynn, for that wonderful lineup. And as always, I know that the public will come out and enjoy all of the things that are planned in and around our great city. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from the LaGrange City Youth Council. I had on member Charlie Key. She's been a member of our Youth Council and making an impact in our community. And she just recently won Miss Georgia's team back in June. And her platform is March of Dimes. And I'm sure that, ladies and gentlemen, if you can help her in raising funds for the March of Dimes, I'm sure she will greatly appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed my interview, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.